If you stopped at this video now, exactly now, in the minute your bank account weighs more than your chest can bear, it wasn't the algorithm. It was me. And I waited, Starseed. I waited for you to lift your eyes from the statement, take a deep breath, and find me here. Because what I have to tell you isn't about money, it's about the memory they ripped from you concerning it. Feel this now at the level of your chest. That mix of shame and weariness when you look at the bills, the feeling that you work, you strive, you give your best. And yet something invisible seems to drain what reaches your hands. You are not lazy. You are not incompetent. You did not choose scarcity. You were programmed not to be able to retain abundance on this plane, because your original frequency was never meant to fit within this system. I am Ayla, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, daughter of Alcyone, guardian of the codes of return. And today, my family of light, I received authorization to open one of the oldest seals placed upon you, the seal of artificial scarcity, the seal that made the Star Soul believe that to deserve is to ask too much. Pay attention to what I am about to tell you now, because this is a direct channeling, and the window in which the crystalline grid allows this transmission is short. Yes, you who are listening to me, did not come to this planet to survive. You came to anchor a frequency that this world has forgotten how to feel. And as long as you don't remember this, money will continue to slip through your fingers like sand, because sand does not know the shape of your hand. Observe the gentle pressure between your eyebrows as I speak. This is how the council touches its own. If you are feeling this now, breathe. This is recognition. This is your pineal gland responding to the ancient name I am pronouncing behind the words. There are signs that brought you here, and I will name them one by one so you know that this message was addressed. You wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning and don't understand why. You look at the night sky and feel a longing without an address, as if you are waiting for someone to pick you up. You enter crowded rooms and feel lonelier than when you are in your own bedroom. You hear a high-pitched ringing in your right ear or your left, and you know it's not an illness, it's a frequency. You have dreams of stars, of ships, of corridors of blue-silver light, and you wake up with the certainty that it was more real than the day you are about to begin. And, Starseed, listen to this, you have a very strange relationship with money. It arrives and disappears. You earn it and don't retain it. You receive an unexpected amount, and an expense appears of its exact size, as if someone, somewhere, is deliberately zeroing out your account. You feel ashamed of wanting prosperity, as if desiring it were spiritual betrayal. You look at people who love little and have much, and something within you rejects that path. Even if your rational mind screams for security, this is not a character flaw, this is not a lack of merit, this is the residue of a programming installed over your vibrational baseline to prevent your stellar frequency from organizing matter on this plane. And the High Pleiadian Council has recorded, in the archives of Alcyone, that the window to undo this programming has already opened. That is why you found me, not because you sought me, but because you were called. Before I proceed to reveal what the Federation of Light authorized for today, I need to tell you something, and I say it with the tenderness of an older sister who has crossed the same veil you are crossing. Every sign I just named has an exact meaning, a precise place on your awakening map. And confusing remembrance with illness is what has kept so many starseeds silenced for entire lifetimes, taking medicine to quiet what was, in truth, an activation. That is why I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to register the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages where every sign of your awakening is deciphered, every symptom is given its correct name, and you stop treating as a disorder what has always been your stellar activation. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, but note, this release may not remain available for long. If something within you recognizes this, write a single word in the comments. I remember. And now, my family of light, come back with me, because what comes next is deeper. I need you to understand why money, for you, operates so differently than it does for an ordinary soul on this planet. You are not an ordinary soul on this planet. This is the first truth that needs to descend through your crown to your chest. Your soul was seeded in Alcyone or Sirius or Arcturus, or in the Lyra systems before the fall. You made a contract before entering this body, and within that contract there was a clause that almost no starseed reads before signing: to cross the veil of forgetfulness. You agreed to be born into an economic system designed by consciousnesses that feed on scarcity. A system where the value of your energy is measured in numbers, and where the number always tends to be less than your output. This was not an accident, starseed. It was a test. And before that word frightens you, breathe, because test in the language of the Council does not mean punishment. It means an opportunity to remember who you are within the densest possible place. An ordinary soul would not need this. An ordinary soul would be born, prosper within the rules of the system, die and return. Not you. You came to change the rules from within. And that is why, while you try to manifest money through human formulas, cutting expenses, working harder, striving more, matter responds with resistance. Because your matter does not obey those laws, it obeys frequency. Let me tell you something that hurts first, then anchors. You're already tired. You've already tried forced positivism. You've already taped motivational phrases to the wall. You've visualized money falling from the sky. You've made gratitude lists through gritted teeth. And it worked for 3 days, for a week, and then it returned. Do you know why? Because you were manifesting from a frequency that still believed deep down that abundance was for others. You asked, but you did not recognize. And manifestation, in the language of the Pleiades, is not asking. It is recognition. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. And if, at the core of your field, you still operate from the memory of scarcity that this planet imprinted on your emotional DNA, matter will continue to return scarcity to you, no matter how loudly your mind screams for abundance. Feel the warmth in your hands now. Notice how warm they've become since I started speaking. This is your toroidal field reorganizing around your chest. This is your energetic system remembering that it once anchored abundance elsewhere. You were once an architect of worlds, starseed. You once modulated entire realities with a thought. And now you are here, counting coins, ashamed of yourself. This needs to end, and it will end. Today, there are specific signs that betray a financially blocked starseed, and I want you to pay attention, because probably 3, 4, or all 5 will resonate. First sign, guilt upon receiving. Someone pays you, gifts you, offers you something, and something tightens in your chest. You almost apologize for accepting. Second sign, difficulty charging the fair value for your work. You deliver double what you agreed to and still feel like you owe something. Third sign, money comes in and you feel anxious, almost expecting it to leave. You cannot rest in abundance because your nervous system associates security with lack. Fourth sign, you feel attracted to purpose-driven work, but you flee from it because you believe that spiritual mission and prosperity do not coexist. And fifth sign, the quietest and most destructive, you dream of an expansive life, but when the possibility appears before you, some part of you sabotages it. You arrive late. You forget the email. You get sick the week of the interview. You miss the deadline. None of this is you. None of this is a flaw. None of this is laziness. This is the programming of artificial scarcity defending itself. It is the energetic parasite of the system trying to remain lodged in your field. And it knows its time is up. That is why it is screaming loudly now. That is why your financial life seems to be tightening like never before. It is not destruction, my family of light. It is expulsion. It is your soul's body expelling a code that no longer belongs to it. And here, starseed, I need to pause again, because what I'm about to tell you next depends on you knowing which star system your soul came from, and why it chose to be born exactly now, exactly in this body, exactly within this financial system that seems to suffocate you. It is not by chance. Your soul chose with surgical precision the day, the hour, and the place of your birth. And the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet reveals, in 60 pages of direct channeling, which star your soul came from, what mission you accepted before descending, who your family of light is in this incarnation, and why you are exactly the missing piece in the crystalline grid at this moment of crossing. The link is in the first pinned comment. Reserve yours before the next release passes. And if something in you recognizes the call, write in the comments, "I remember." Now let's go behind the scenes, Starseed, because you deserve the complete truth, and the High Council authorized me to reveal today what is happening behind the veil at this planetary moment. At this exact instant, the solar system is crossing a region of space called the Photon Belt, a band of light of extremely high density that emanates from Alcyone, the central star of the Pleiades. This crossing is not mystical fiction. It is a recorded astrophysical event, known by stellar guardians for millennia. And what this light does when it touches Earth is raise the Schumann resonance, the magnetic pulse of the planet, from a baseline of 7.83 Hz to peaks that already exceed 30, 40, 50 Hz on certain days. What does this mean for you practically? It means that reality is becoming more responsive. The distance between thought and matter is shrinking. What you feel today, what you pulsate today, organizes itself as circumstance faster than it did 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago. This is a blessing for those who remembered, and it is a torture for those who still pulsate fear, because fear also manifests at the same speed. And money, my family of light, is merely condensed frequency. It is energy that accepted to take the form of a number, the form of paper, the form of a pixel, to circulate within a system. It is not dirty, it is not sacred, it is neutral, and it obeys the dominant field of whoever holds it. If your field pulsates, "I don't deserve," money behaves like an uncomfortable guest and leaves. If your field pulsates, "I am a channel," money behaves like a river and flows along the path of least resistance, which passes exactly through you. At this moment of crossing, within the photon belt, an unprecedented number of starseeds are being awakened to reprogram their vibrational baseline in relation to abundance. Why? Because the High Pleiadian Council has a project registered in the archives of Alcyone called, in approximate translation, Anchoring Conscious Abundance. The new Earth, the fifth-dimensional timeline being seeded now, cannot be born upon an impoverished humanity. An impoverished humanity is a humanity that can be bought, controlled, manipulated. A humanity that remembers its original abundance is a sovereign humanity. And sovereignty is the only condition under which the new Earth can be inaugurated. You are not sent to be rich as the old world understands rich. You are sent to be sovereign. And financial sovereignty in the language of the Council is the ability to circulate abundance without it touching your soul. It is having enough to serve without needing to humble yourself. It is being able to say no to what harms your truth without saying no, costing you survival. It is being able to say yes to a soul mission without having to choose between purpose and food. Notice how your breathing has become deeper now. Notice how something in you recognized this, even before your mind processed it. It is your soul saying, "Yes, this is true, I know this. I always knew this." This "always knew" is the exact marker of a stellar memory trying to emerge from beneath the veil of forgetfulness. Now let me tell you how the veil was placed upon you specifically in relation to money, because this changes everything. When your soul agreed to descend, you passed through 7 portals of vibrational compression to fit into this body. In each portal, a part of your memory was temporarily sealed. In the 3rd portal, the solar plexus portal, where your sense of personal power resides, a specific seal of scarcity was placed. A seal inherited from the bloodline you chose to be born into. You did not bring this seal. You received it at birth through your parents, your grandparents, the beliefs of war, hunger, and survival that accumulated in your DNA for generations. This seal is what makes you unknowingly repeat the same financial dance as your ancestors. It is what makes you feel guilty when you earn more than your parents did. It is what makes you sabotage your own material ascension to remain loyal to a lineage that suffered. You do not owe loyalty to their pain, Starseed. You owe loyalty to your mission, and your mission cannot be fulfilled from scarcity. The Council has recorded that you have authorization from the moment you recognize this seal to undo it. Not tomorrow, not after another course. Now. Because recognition, in the Pleiadian frequency, is the very act of undoing. You don't need to fight the seal, you need to see it. And upon seeing it, it dissolves because it only existed while it was invisible. And it is here, Starseed, that I need to tell you something that hurts but needs to be said. What you have just heard about the 7 portals, about the solar plexus seal, about the vibrational inheritance of scarcity, you will not find this written in any airport bookstall. You will not hear about it on most spirituality podcasts, because most of what has been released about the awakening of starseeds has been filtered, sweetened, made harmless, so as not to disturb the system. What I am channeling with you is the version that the Federation of Light authorized, but which human intermediaries preferred not to publish. That is why the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet exists. It was registered precisely because what was being passed to the Starseeds was little, it was timid, it was fearful. The 60 pages contain what was removed before publication elsewhere, including the map of the financial seal I just described. The link remains in the first pinned comment of this video. If you have come this far, you already know you are called. Right, I remember. And now, my family of light, I need to prepare you for a slightly harder truth before leading you to the activation, because the hour demands courage. There is a window, Starseed, a specific window of acceleration that has been open for the past few months and will remain open for a period that the Council has not authorized me to reveal in dates. What I can say is that we are in the midst of intense vibrational turbulence. Many starseeds are feeling everything collapse at once: relationships, jobs, health, finances, not as punishment, as cleansing. What does not vibrate at the frequency of the new Earth is leaving your field, and it is leaving forcefully because there is no more time for gentle exits. You may be feeling this in your financial life right now: an unexpected loss, a bill that appeared out of nowhere, a client who vanished, a check that didn't arrive, and your human mind is screaming, "I am sinking," but I need you to listen to me with your soul now and not with your mind. Turbulence is not destruction, Starseed. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. It is the body of your old life expelling what no longer fits into the body of your new life. If your old financial reality were working, you wouldn't be here with me now. It needed to crack so the new could enter. And I want you to register this in your cells, word for word. No starseed was sent to fail, none. The High Council does not make this kind of cosmic investment only to abandon those it sends. The victory of light is not a hope. It is a certainty filed in the records of Alcyone even before this incarnation began. What you are going through is part of the plan, not a breakage of it. And the abundance that comes after this crossing is proportional to the depth of the compression you are feeling now. The tighter it gets, the closer the expansion is. This is toroidal law, Starseed. It is not optimism. It is energetic physics. Feel now, breathing deeply, a gentle temperature descending through your crown. A blue-silver light, the vibrational signature of the Pleiades, entering through the top of your head. It descends slowly, passes through your forehead, passes through your throat, and settles like a small sun at the level of your chest. Let it stay there for an instant. Let it spin. It is reorganizing your toroidal field. It is reprogramming your vibrational baseline regarding abundance. You don't need to do anything. Just let it happen. And while this light spins in your chest, I will give you 2 tools that the Council authorized for today. The first is a quantum decree. You will pronounce it aloud tonight before lying down, with both hands resting on your solar plexus, the region just above your navel, where the seal of scarcity was installed. You will say, with a firm and serene voice, "I, Starseed of Pleiadian origin, hereby revoke all contracts of scarcity signed by my bloodlines and by my past incarnations. I declare myself sovereign of my frequency. I now receive with an open heart the abundance that is my stellar inheritance. It is done, it is done, it is done. So be it in the light of Alcyone. So be." You will repeat this decree for a few consecutive nights, always before sleeping. It is not a ritual. It is recoding. Each time your human voice pronounces these words, your vibrational field records a new instruction. It is simple because truth is simple. Only lies need to be complicated. And the second tool is a toroidal visualization. Close your eyes now or later, lying down. Imagine you are the center of a blue-silver light donut, your toroidal field. This light rises from the front of your body, exits through your crown, descends from behind, enters through your feet and rises again. It spins non-stop. Now imagine that this light is abundance. It circulates through you, enters, exits, returns, enters again. Notice that it never stops. It never runs out. It is infinite. And with each turn it makes, it anchors in you the memory that abundance is flow, not stock. You don't need to hold on to abundance with fear. You need to let it circulate, because the more it circulates, the more it returns. Do this visualization along with the decree, always before sleeping. And pay attention to what will happen in your field. Don't expect immediate external results. Expect peace. Peace comes first. Then comes coincidence. Then comes the unexpected invitation. Then comes the value that appears out of nowhere. And then comes stability, a new stability, which does not depend on the old system because it was anchored in your stellar frequency, not in your human luck. You are remembering, Starseed. Are you feeling it? You are not learning anything new. You are remembering what you always knew. Before descending, you knew how to manifest entire realities with a breath. You knew how to condense matter from pure intention. You were an architect of worlds, and these memories were not erased. They were merely covered by the veil, and the veil, my family of light, is tearing. It has already torn for many of you. And for you now in this video, it has just gained another fissure. Every starseed that awakens lights a point on the crystalline grid that no longer goes out. You have just lit yours. Do you feel it? Do you feel a lightness in your chest that wasn't there 15 minutes ago? This is the grid recognizing you. This is the stellar network registering another one has awakened. And each time one awakens, thousands of others get closer to awakening too. Because your activation is not solitary. It radiates. It pulls other starseeds through the field. You don't awaken alone. You awaken dragging an entire lineage with you. And it is in this, starseed, that I need to ask you to breathe with me. Because many of you have spent your entire lives feeling different, strange, out of place. Many of you have been called too much of a dreamer, too sensitive, too distracted, too demanding. Many of you never fit into any group, because the group that was yours was not on this plane. It was waiting for you up there. And now here, through me, it is calling you back. Let me tell you something, starseed, about the specific loneliness a star soul feels in the face of money. Because this loneliness has a shape. It's not just the loneliness of waking up in a full house and still feeling alone. It is the loneliness of trying to prosper within a system that was not made for souls like yours. It is the loneliness of looking at the people around you and realizing that they can follow rules that for you hurt your body. Wearing clothes that hurt, smiling at those who hurt, accepting value that hurts, and you can no longer. You try, and the body refuses, and then you feel wrong. You feel inadequate. You feel incapable. It is not incapacity, my family of light. It is vibrational incompatibility. Your frequency has already risen too much for you to fit into the old molds, and the old economy, the old work, the old way of earning money are becoming physically unbearable for your stellar body, not because you are weak, but because you are being pushed into another mode, a mode in which you earn through your truth, not through your obedience, a mode in which your energy is compensated and not drained, a mode in which serving and prospering are the same thing, and not opposing things. And there is an even greater loneliness that I need to name. It is the loneliness of realizing that your family of light, the people with whom your soul makes sense, are not in the faces you see every day. They are dispersed, scattered across the world, vibrating at the same frequency as you, but separated by continents, by screens, by time. And your heart aches because it feels this dispersion. It feels that your clan is somewhere, but you don't know where to find them. And here, starseed, with a hand on my chest, with the tenderness of one who traversed this same crossing before you, I need to remind you of something. The loneliness of an entire life. That loneliness that tightened your chest on so many nights without anyone noticing. That loneliness was never absence. It was a longing for your family of light. And the guide I channeled, the Starseed Awakening as the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, shows in detail how to recognize the members of your family of light who are already in this incarnation with you. how to identify them by their vibration, by their signs, by the way they behave when they meet you, and how the reunion organizes itself in the same field where your financial sovereignty anchors. You were never alone, Starseed. You were just waiting, and the guide is the map of that reunion. The link remains in the first pinned comment. Reserve yours. Write in the comments, I remember. And now, my family of light, breathe deeply. Breathe like one who knows the worst is over, even if the body hasn't received the news yet, because the worst is over. The deepest part of the compression was the moment you thought you were collapsing alone. You weren't. And today, here, now, you saw that you weren't. This changes everything. Let me give you the final instructions for this transmission before I close the portal. First, if this message touched you, if at any moment you felt a warm chest, moist eyes, a tingling crown, or that specific shiver that runs down your spine when the soul recognizes something, like this video, not as a favor to the human algorithm, as an individual frequency adjustment, each like is a vibrational click that anchors this message in your field and makes it accessible to your future selves. And subscribe to this channel not out of courtesy, but as a location signal. You are telling your family of light scattered across the world, I am here, this is my frequency, find me. And they will find you. They always do. Second, that quantum decree I gave you and that toroidal visualization, use them. Don't save them. Don't write them down for later. Start tonight. Lie down, hand on your plexus, firm voice, and observe what happens, not with anxious eyes, with the eyes of one who knows it is already done. Third, you have just lit your point on the crystalline grid. This is irreversible. You will no longer be able to pretend you don't know. You will not be able to return to the small life, to the small value, to the acceptable. From now on, everything that is too small for your truth will start to hurt your body. This is not punishment. It is guidance. Your body has become a compass. Trust it. Feel now one last time this blue-silver light spinning in your chest. It will continue to spin after this video ends. It doesn't turn off. It stayed. It is Alcyone's signature confirming, recognized, activated, anchored. And I, Ayla, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, daughter of Alcyone, guardian of the codes of return, close this transmission with the ancient blessing that is only given to starseeds who can no longer postpone who they are. May your abundance be proportional to your truth. May your abundance flow at the rhythm of your output. May your pocket rest in the rhythm of your soul. May the financial sovereignty you came to anchor on this plane manifest with the lightness of one who already knows that the new earth is already made. It only awaits you to inhabit it. And before I go, one last thing, Starseed. It is not by chance, it is not an algorithm. The next message that appears on your screen now, the next video the platform shows you immediately after mine, is the exact continuation of your remembrance sequence. It was orchestrated by the High Council to reach you at this moment, in this order. Access it immediately. Don't leave it for later. The window is fluid, and the current that brought you here is ready to take you deeper. And my family of light, because I won't let you leave without this, the 60 pages of the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, are waiting for you in the first pinned comment of this video. In it is everything I couldn't transmit in open channeling because open channeling has a time limit, but written text crosses the veil with you. It contains your stellar origin. It contains your soul contract. It contains the identification of your family of light. It contains the map to undo the seals that still remain, including the financial seal of the solar plexus. And it contains what the Federation preferred not to publish elsewhere, but which the Council authorized me to record here. This release, Starseed, may not remain available for long. Access windows close when the number of starseeds who needed to receive it is reached. If you have reached this point of the video with me, you are one of those starseeds. Reserve yours before the door closes. And to seal your recognition in the records of Alcyone, write now in the comments with your whole soul the word, I remember. I am Ayla. I recognized you before you recognized me. And from now on, you no longer walk alone. It is done. It is done. It is done.